Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Or I should say, if you're new to the podcast, welcome. If you're a veteran listener, welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Today, we're going to talk about not specific breed, but we're talking about sport training and what's the problem in today's sport training.
The way I see it.
The way Hans sees it. IMO, as he likes to say, in my opinion.
Huh?
You say IMO.
Yeah, my opinion.
Yeah.
Whatever is worth, right?
Whatever it's worth. Well, 50 years of, it's like my friend that says about tea, it's like, well, tea must be good. I mean, the Chinese
Drink it for 4,000 years.
You must have figured something out. It's like Hans doing it for, 60 years almost now?
I don't know. Don't exaggerate.
All right.
56.
56. I'm rounding it up.
Well, 56. I that's when I could quote my first trade, start teaching it tricks.
Okay. So it's been a while. That's a long time.
Yeah, and my mom then
that's
said, "Get that dog out of here."
That's a lifetime of training dogs.
Yeah.
So what?
Well, you know what? Sport. I like to call it Schutzhund, as they call it, the IGP, whatever. Schutzhund. I will call it for purposes of this. I'm gonna call this system of sport training Schutzhund. There are many different sports, but they're all basically same. They're based on prey drive, and but I like to talk about Schutzhund because it was developed for German Shepherds, and back then the Schutzhund means protection dog. Schutz is German for protection, and Hund is dog.
Yeah, protection dog.
And originally it was developed to test the dog's suitability for breeding.
That's it.
Yeah, and there were no points.
That's it.
And it was, it was pass or fail.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's it.
There were no points.
And that was it. Just so everybody listening, historically, that's it. That's where. There's a dot at the end. That's it.
Yeah. Well, and then of course, people say, well, my dog passed, and the other guy would say, my dog passed too, but it was better than your dog, so they start giving points.
Human sin entered again.
And then, the points become the purpose of the training. Egos of the trainers or the handlers got involved. Some people treat their inferiority complex through their dog. My doggy is better than your doggy.
Basically, so snowballed into this craziness.
And then people didn't even care much for the dog, so they keep it in the kennel and then just pull it out for training and competing, and then they put it back in the kennel, which is disaster. Max von Stefanitz must be spinning in a grave. The dog should be companion and working dog and all that with you, and so that's and then the world is getting woke and it's getting weaker and weaker. I remember I used to get dogs from Czechoslovakia, man, and when they were driving the dog, they were having they call Schlagstick, right? German. And it was like a rattan or whatever, and they would actually hit the dogs, and I could see the welts on the dogs from that.
Yeah, you said that when these dogs, some of these that came.
And now then and what was the purpose of it? They were not some kind of sadists, but they want to see the dog can perform still even while under pain. Right. And now you cannot inflict pain on dog. They would throw in the prison, right? So they just wave the.
It's like.
Well, actually, they padded the stick, so it wasn't rattan or bamboo stick. It's like padded. It's like a foam, covered kind of thing. So it won't. There's no way you can hurt the dog. The dog didn't. It was kind of destructive, like destructive attention, breaking, but it was not painful. And then they could do swing and like every third hit, whatever. And then no hits, and now there's not even stick at all.
Yeah.
No, not even waving it above the dog and making wind with it.
Imagine if you train your soldiers that way.
Well, they are.
No, I shouldn't say imagine, but right. So
Yeah.
what happens to the force?
Yeah.
Gets weaker.
Yeah, we get weaker, and Chinese are getting stronger. I read somewhere that some sailors, they were on some ship somewhere, and the ship was in repair for like years, right?
Yeah.
And so they were stuck on that ship, and they gave them our brush to scrape the paint out of it, and these kids,
You told me, yeah.
these kids, they were like, oh, we are gonna have adventure travel over the world and all that. Now they're stuck somewhere in some port in New Jersey or whatever, scraping with our brush old paint, right?
Yeah.
And they're committing suicide.
Yeah.
Because they just cannot deal with the stress.
Yeah.
And they start doing it with the dogs,
Yeah.
I mean, man, I remember when they were doing Schutzhund back then, they would hit, or ZVV, they would hit that dog. You can hear that slap, man. And I hit myself a few times with that stick myself, and it hurts. I mean, it hurts. And, and people say, well, but you want to make sure then that dog, when he's protecting you, and the bad guy inflicts a little pain on him, that the dog is not going to fold it like a cheap tent.
I don't want to, maybe we should put it again. I don't know, it's up to you, but the video, I don't want to put it again, I guess. Maybe it's up to you. The White House thing, the White House, when the dog goes, the person jumps to the fence.
Right.
I mean,
well, but there's the problem. There is a little different. The problem is that they teach the dog to target equipment.
Yeah.
But the dog, but you know what? The dog got kicked a little bit in the head and make a U-turn and run away. Yeah, we can put it there.
I don't know.
Yeah, put it there.
I'll find it.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. So so today's sport is just like, and the worst thing is happening now. They are breeding out of these dogs natural protectiveness. Mm-hmm. So you have German Shepherd with the personality of a Golden Retriever.
Yeah.
And I've seen some tough Golden Retriever, but that's not the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They're just whoop-de-doo, happy-go-lucky, shit-grin type dogs,
Or they're putting the Malinois with the shepherds. Like, it's just like, oh my gosh.
Well,
that's a different thing too.
That's another thing. But the point what I'm saying is they genetically modify the dogs, and they're suppressing the defense drive because the sport is all just prey drive. They have so-called courage tests, but even that courage test, I can explain it to you, is done in prey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always say, just because the decoy is running at the, and I think they, you know what? I plead ignorance, but they even don't do that anymore.
Probably they're cutting stuff out.
Yeah, because it's just courage. What we mean courage. Threatening the dog, poor doggy.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's not the sport what I worry about.
Yeah.
It's the breed.
The breed itself.
Because the original test of the dog is gone.
Yeah.
The purpose of the Schutzhund,
Yeah.
When Max von Stephanitz come up with it, he realized that the German Shepherd breed cannot exist as a herding dog.
Yeah.
That it's more going to be used for protection and police work. Yeah. And that's why they developed this type of test.
Yeah. Oh, one of the dogs at training, I don't know, she's about maybe a year, 10 months, but she's.
Yeah, we come in threatening her. She doesn't comprehend.
Yeah. Well, there's a puppy from us. From Ginopo.
Alpine Canine Ginopo.
Was the second session? Just the second
first.
Session? First. Was it first?
First.
Okay, maybe okay. The first session, it was the first session?
Yeah.
And brought the puppy as we're doing the protection and just on the sideline.
And suddenly the puppy kind of looking like, what the F, right?
Yeah, like,
what? That was great, man.
Yeah.
Natural protectiveness.
Yeah.
Somebody's entering your territory, bark.
Yeah.
We call it signaling.
Yeah.
Or announcing.
Yeah. So that you can see there the difference.
Yeah,
between
and
the
they
breeding.
breed, and a lot of, people say it's a Czech dog. Yeah, but in Czech dogs, there are a lot of sport lines. And the sport people look at the defense as a four-letter word, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's disaster.
Yeah.
People, please understand that we are losing these qualities in our beautiful dogs.
Yeah.
And
Hans is not, it's like not the reminiscence of, Hans is just older and he's reminiscing about the old days. It's not about
bullshit,
that. I'm trying to make a point here.
It's
this is not.
It's just the dog.
Yeah.
And they say defense, well, so you want the dog to be scared? No, I don't want him to be scared. Your dog will be scared when he's only knows prey, and suddenly somebody kicks him in the head. He's gonna be scared. Where my dog, if you kick him in the head, he's gonna change your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, what do you want? You want the dog to make U-turn like the, Malinois in front of White House, Secret Service dog protecting the President of the United States?
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Let me start, man.
Yeah.
It's upsetting.
Yeah. Because it's the I hope you guys understand what Hans is saying here. It's not reminiscent. It's literally about the purpose of working dog.
We are losing the breeds, and not just German Shepherds. We're going to lose it in Malinois. We're going to lose it eventually in Dutch Shepherds. We already basically lost it in Bucerons.
Yeah, Bucerons.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Rotties too, probably.
Rotties are still okay. The beauty of a Rottie is that they've been around for thousands of years, so it's hard to screw it up in just a few generations. They're pretty set.
Okay.
So they're still very protective.
But give it time, with the
give it time. Dobermans. They start cropping their ears and they looking like lamb now, like some kind of a howdy doody.
Yeah.
And look at so they breed them with the personality of a lamb.
Lamb. Yeah.
It's all. We have in our class some pretty damn good Dobermans.
Yeah.
But general propensity is Dobermans. You see them with floppy ears and looking goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pitiful.
Yeah. And it goes across every breed.
Yeah.
In a way, you can write them just in general too.
Well, any working or herding breed is becoming victim of it. In the book I'm writing, I'm talking about different type of herding breeds.
Yeah.
And they all need to have a natural protectiveness. When the sheep herders wait to hike up there in the mountains, or when the German Shepherd come home with a sheep herder.
Yeah.
In his house, needs to protect his family. That's part of the job.
I don't know if you put the video up with some guy driving in the mountains or something, and it comes across sheep, and there was the Pyrenees. Is it the?
No, it was Anatolian Shepherd or Akbash dog or something.
Could have been, and this guy stops, and the dog, all of a sudden just like didn't bite the guy, but it,
making no uncertain term communicated to the guy to get the hell out of
basically,
there.
Basically, it's my flock.
Yeah, it's my sheep. Yeah, natural protectiveness. And people say, well,
that's an aggressive
fear.
dog, or it's an aggressive dog.
Yeah, or it's fearful. You see, the dog is scared.
Yeah.
I don't know how people don't seem to understand what scared is.
And these are supposedly top. Or
we're not going to say no names.
No, we're not going to say names, but I'm just saying these are people that others look up to.
Right.
That's the scary, not scary, but it's a...
Yeah, it's scary.
Well, it's scary. It's scary. It's a scary part.
You know what I have to say, doing this video is, I use a lot of F words, right? And in this video, it was a really struggle not to use it.
It took me a while No, it didn't take me a while, but it took Hans's training to wake me up. Not that I had any prior experience, so I'm like a green person coming in. So some people might say, "Oh, you're just because you've been training with Hans." But I look around.
I hope so.
Look. I know, yeah. But I look around. I still look around. I've looked around before Hans, and I look around, and it's just more apparent now what's going on, more and more.
Because you understand.
Yeah, it's not rocket science. I mean, just pay attention and be open, as Hans said always.
Well, you know what? When I was in Czechoslovakia and people having dogs, there was no PetSmart classes and all that. They just knew.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a natural farmers type training. Dog did good, you praised him. Dog did not good, you corrected him. That's it.
Yeah, but it reflects culture too, right? A lot of times the dog was going on.
And you know, back then, the German breed, Rottweiler, Doberman, German Shepherd, they were badass, right? Yeah, but look at what Germans do to German Shepherds now. The SV, SV. He always says the last tough Germans died by Stalingrad, man. Yeah. Most people have no idea what I just said, but
this is again all these episodes prong into can go
I love
so many ways, but
I love the dogs, and mainly I love the German Shepherd.
Yeah,
and it bothers me. It bothers me to no end.
Yeah,
because once you lose it, you still can get it back, but it's going to be harder and harder to get it back.
Yeah.
You know, that natural protectiveness. Guys, demand from the breeders, vote with your dollar. You want a naturally protective dog. You come to that person's house who is selling you the puppy. I want them to, that male and female coming at you barking, or the breeder put them away so they, because they're protective.
Yeah, I like.
And not like, like
a golden
Labrador Retriever
or a golden, retrievers.
So anyway, if you don't want a protective dog, get a Labrador Retriever. And I've seen some Labrador Retriever. They can be pretty badass, man.
Yeah.
They use them in Vietnam as a scout dogs and stuff too.
Okay.
Labrador. Yeah. Of course, most of the scout dogs were just detection dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, they were detecting the enemy or the booby traps and stuff. But they also did protection, and they did it naturally. They were not maybe trained for it much, but they just I've heard stories.
It's fascinating to look back into breeds and because a lot of them were working, a lot of dogs were, right? I mean, they had jobs. Basically,
well, that's what they were created for. I mean, German Shepherd was created by Max von Stephanitz as an ultimate herding dog.
Yeah,
and Doberman was created by a tax collector. Doberman was his name, who was riding on a horse from town to town collecting taxes, and the people who just collected taxes from them, they robbed him down the road. Yeah, so he got sick of it, and so he says he's going to get himself a protection dog. Yeah. But most protection dog couldn't run all day by the horse. So he had a dog pound too.
Oh, okay.
So he would crossbreed a Rottweiler, Greyhound, and some kind of a terrier.
If you enjoyed this content so far, please subscribe to our channel. Also, Hans has a podcast channel called Dog Training for Life. Check that out so you can listen to the audio version.
And you can look at it. You can see the Rottweiler markings and the structure of a Greyhound and the tenacity of a good terrier.
Yeah. It's all there, or I should say they were there, getting fainter and fainter as the years go by.
Yeah, for example, the Anatolian Shepherd, they're a Turkey breed from Turkey. Yeah. Turkish. And the Turks, they consider it like a national treasure, and they don't even want to sell them to Americans because they know they're going to mess it up.
Yeah.
And I was like...
Didn't you say that up in, is it Sicily or something? There's a dog. What is that dog?
Yeah.
Right? Sardinia.
Sardinia, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a badass
dog, man. What's the... It's
Dogo Sardiniensis or something
just look
like
it up,
that. Yeah.
But they don't. They don't want to sell.
And those dogs are there, isolated on that island since Roman days, and they didn't change much.
Yeah.
So you can basically see how those dogs were 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So did Rottweiler.
Yeah.
It was a Roman dog.
Yeah. So we should be looking for dogs that are still on islands that didn't get.
No, we gotta look for breeders.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah.
Who are proud to produce naturally protective dogs. Territorial.
Yeah.
I want to come to a breeder. I want to see that German Shepherd running up and down the fence and want to eat my liver.
Yeah. What was that?
And then I say, hey, I'm looking for the puppies. Put the dog up.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
What was that?
And the breeder says, okay. Grab the dog by the collar and dog rah, 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 and put him up.
This story, not that the dog did anything to you, but what was that famous dog that Yuri let out?
Bali Pantaray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? You guys went around. They were.
Yeah, I came here and said, let's go feed some dogs. And I came there and there was a little fenced area in Czech. Yeah. And I was visiting. Yeah. And he let Bali out of the kennel.
Yeah.
And Bali came to me, man. And he just looked at me.
Yeah.
And we call it presence. Yeah. And I know what.
And Hans is an experienced dog trainer.
I know what. I knew I cannot move much, or that dog is going to change my life.
Yeah.
And Novotny was standing there about 50 feet away from me and the dog and had this shit grin on his face. He thought it was funny. I said, call the fucking dog, man.
He had a presence. That's what you're.
Yeah, that's what
saying.
Bali was. Bali was a badass dog. We should. I'll put a picture.
Yeah,
when I do it. Yeah, I'll put a picture. He didn't look much.
Yeah,
he was strong-looking, black and red, black and tan.
But live in front of you, that dog, as you said, it was a Mr. German Shepherd. It wasn't.
Oh yeah, Bali, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, and that wasn't there. Isn't it Bali the video? That there was a video. There was Peter filmed it. Was it?
No,
Bali?
that was Gero.
Oh, Gero. Sorry. Okay.
No, this is Bali.
Okay. No.
Yeah, Gero. That's the logo dog for Ginopo.
Okay. Was there a video of Bali?
I don't know. I don't think so.
That'd be interesting. Maybe ask Peter.
I can look it up and see if it's on Ginopo, if there's a video there.
That'd be great.
That would be the only place where it could be.
Of course, people would complain that it's not good quality.
Yeah, they will say, oh, it's a little low tech.
Okay.
Well, of course, Bali was in 90s, right?
Yeah. Sorry, we didn't have iPhones, phones that do 4K.
And we still knew how to dial rotary phone.
Yeah. But so this is not reminiscence here. This episode, it's just true.
At least the sport, which was originally developed to promote the qualities of the dog, mainly prey drive, defense drive, natural protectiveness, herding instinct. They did herding. They still do, they had to run by a bicycle for a mile or I don't know how many, and then do the trial.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. That was all developed back then.
Yeah.
And it's dying out. It's just like a bunch of people, doing crap on weekend.
Yeah. And Hans was telling I think there was a ZVV where this was not on the field. They took him to strange places.
Yeah.
Yeah, try that.
That was ZVV.
ZVV, I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, but, every trial is happening on different field.
Yeah.
But the field always looks the same, basically.
Yeah.
But that's another issue.
Yeah.
The sport, was just designed not to train dogs for police work or something like that, because they thought to target the equipment for the safety of the decoy, of the helper.
Yeah, helper.
And but it gave the breeder idea what that dog is made out of.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right. Well, this was good. This was a great episode. Thank you, Hans. If you're interested in learning how to train a personal protection dog, step 1 through all the way to the steps. There's a 4-part video series on alpinecaninereel.com. Make sure you go there. Also, how to feed puppies raw, check commands, video
check dogs
for
by
check
check
dogs
guy.
by check guy. Obedience. The obedience video is very popular too. So that's a really good one. And we're adding other videos to it too. So visit alpinecaninereel.com.
The obedience is out of drive.
Out of drive.
Not in drive. It's
drive.
not the pretty stuff.
The
it's the
sport,
reliable stuff.
Not this.
Yeah, it's the reliable stuff. It's teaching the dog to do things for us and with us, and us to establish leadership position.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can do it. Not in drive.
Yeah.
In drive, you can. It's almost impossible to establish leadership position.
It's basically Myrna that wants to learn. Is it Myrna?
Yeah.
Myrna. It's Hans's imaginary older lady that has an apple pie. So please share and subscribe. That's what I'm going to say. Comment below. Also, if you're looking for a puppy or a trained dog, just watch the end of the video. As it
Call
ends.
me, or email me, text me.
Email
Nobody
us.
calls anymore, man. People are scared to talk. Everybody texts and emails.
It's a new world. But I like pudding.
Instantly.
Instant pudding.
It's an insider joke.
It's an insider joke. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Ahoy.